It's funny how a few days ago I received a comment from this white woman that was offended about my "What is cultural appropriation" video, where I explained in detail what cultural appropriation is. That video will be in the description, make sure you watch it. She said,
"If cultural appropriation is a thing, then black women need to stop wearing our hair, straight weaves, and perming their hair."
Firstly, I don't think any black woman has ever bought 18 inches of Virgin Becky. As far as I'm aware, most weave is Indian, Malaysian, or something like that. It's definitely not no damn European hair. But here's where I felt I needed to make a point. The texture of someone's hair and their hair color is not cultural. Culture has nothing to do with natural physical traits. Hair, hair color, texture, curly, straight, afro are physical characteristics, not cultural. So in order for this point to be driven home, I guess I have to explain what culture is. Culture. Culture is the characteristics and knowledge of a particular group of people, defined by everything from language, religion, food, social habits, music, art, customs, tradition, clothing, social norms, and traditional hairstyles. Notice I said hairstyles, not hair, but styles. So for example, cornrows are an African hairstyle tied to the African culture. Afro hair, however, is a physical trait commonly associated with people of the black race. I'll put a link in the description to a video that explains the differences between race, nationality, culture, and ethnicity. And it also explains the correct racial classifications, but for now, let's keep it basic. So a white woman with straight hair, simply wearing her hair down, is not doing so in any cultural significance. She's merely in possession of hair that grows naturally out of her head. And wearing your hair down has no actual cultural significance, nor is it exclusive to any culture. So when a black woman relaxes or perms her hair, she's manipulating the follicles and changing the texture. Is she culturally appropriating another culture? No, because straight hair is not cultural. It's a physical trait. Is she changing her hair to imitate another race's hair? Well, you could say yes. However, straight hair is not exclusive to a particular race. Europeans can have straight hair, Asians can have straight hair, Middle Easterns, and also, believe it or not, even Africans can have straight hair naturally. I've even seen white people, Europeans, with very thick, curly, or even afro hair. Physical trait, not cultural. Some people may then say, yes, but if the hair that grows out of your hair naturally is not straight, then you have no business doing it. And apparently it's self-hate. Well, first, I don't think perms are good because they're really bad for your health. There's a video in the description which will explain the reason why, but long story short, it's killing you. Now, speaking of self-hate, white women also perm their hair and make it curly. Nobody calls that self-hate. They simply call it her right to change styles and be versatile, her right to choose. White women dye their hair different colors, from blonde to brunette to red to green to blue, and no one says a thing. No one calls it self-hate. White men don't get up on camera and start screaming and shouting because she's changed her hair curly or she's dyed it blonde or brunette. No one says to the brunette who dyes her hair blonde,
"Oh, you're trying to be blonde. You're culturally appropriating Viking culture. Self-hater."
No, because it's not self-hate. It's their right to be versatile. These are just physical characteristics. Whether she wears contacts, gets a nose job, or even gets a curly perm, this is physical. So why is it that a black woman that perms her hair or wears a weave doesn't get the same consideration? You can't just change the rules because it no longer fits your narrative. If you're going to chastise black women for dyeing their hair or changing the texture of their hair, then you have to chastise white women. Because yes, they also do it too. And I know there's a bunch of black men who hate when people say, but white women do it too. And they respond with,
but white women don't change their texture or weave a different texture to their natural hair.
This is how you know these men know nothing about women whatsoever. White women wear weave, extensions of different hair colors, and dye their hair to match the weave. White women get curly perms all the time. Some white women also have naturally curly hair and they straighten their hair daily. There is also a trend of white women in fashion turning straight hair into afro textured. So yes, they do it too, but no one jumps down their throat for doing it. Plot twist. What if a black woman with afro hair who straightens her hair isn't trying to imitate a white woman, but she's trying to imitate a black woman with straight hair? Think about that. When white women change their hair texture, curl pattern, hair color, or even hairstyle, She's just being a woman. She's looking the way she wants to look. It's part of beauty. But when a black woman does it, she's called all sorts of names. So why is it okay for white women but not black women? Sadly, black women are held at a higher standard than anyone else. Sometimes these standards are set so high, purposely so black women can fail or be attacked. What a lot of people don't understand is, while white women change their hair for fun or beauty, a lot of black women do it to assimilate in a society that says natural afro hair is unprofessional, messy, or ugly. Even some of their own men tell them it's ugly to be natural, or they call them nappy-headed. Then when they change their hair texture, they get called self-haters. It's like black women can't win. I personally love natural hair, but at the same time, I respect a woman's right to be versatile. I love my woman's afro hair. I love the way it feels. I love when it's out. I love that it's natural. However, sometimes I like to see her in something straight-haired, sometimes curly, sometimes braids. I like to see a difference. And if no one says anything about other races of women changing hair color or hair texture, then you can't say a thing to black women. I don't agree with perms because they're so unhealthy for you. I do prefer natural, but if a woman wants to wear a wig of different texture, that's her right. If today she wants to wear an afro wig, tomorrow a straight wig or a curly wig, then leave her to do it. White women wear wigs too. Trust me. So no, straight hair and straight weave or straight-haired wigs are not cultural appropriation, simply because the texture of your hair is not cultural. It's like saying big lips are cultural. Nope, big lips are a physical trait. But here's the other aspect. If a white woman makes her lips bigger, her hair afro-textured, darkens her skin, gets butt implants, and she's imitating a black woman, that's not cultural appropriation because she's changing her physical characteristics. And white women really shouldn't imitate black women. Because what's sad is a lot of the time, these white women that imitate black physical characteristics get praised for having black features, while black women get put down for them naturally. And yes, there are black women that lighten their skin, change their hair texture, get nose jobs. We know this. But sometimes this is deeper than quote-unquote self-hate. Black people have been brainwashed and conditioned to believe in the European beauty standards. While in the opposite, white people have continuously told us that black features are ugly. Unless it's on them. Imitating someone's culture would be if a white woman wears cornrows, box braids, or bantu knots. Because it's not the texture of the hair that has significance here. It's the hairstyle. The style has cultural significance. The style is part of the culture. Cultural appropriation, however, is slightly different. There's a difference between cultural appreciation, you like the style, you like to wear it, you appreciate it, and you want to show love and pay homage to it. Notice I said pay homage. Pay homage to the originators of that particular style. But there's a difference between cultural appreciation and cultural appropriation. If you like a style and you appreciate it, you wouldn't then try to steal it, rename it, and claim it as your own. So white women, when black people talk about cultural appropriation, you don't have a leg to stand on by bringing up an irrelevant argument like,
but relaxed hair and straight weave is cultural appropriation.
Because it's not. Even historically, the Egyptians used to wear wigs. It was part of their African culture. Wearing your hair straight is not cultural appropriation. But yes, there will be a bunch of links in the description for videos that you definitely need to watch. They'll go into detail about each point that I touched on. Make sure you share the video. Peace, love, and coconut oil. Hey man, that's racist! Please remember that from now on, brand new never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. ikyg.com is a black-owned, black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG.